Folks, remember when your job felt secure? When a paycheck meant stability and you could actually plan for the month without worrying about layoffs or unexpected bills? That world is fading faster than most of us realize. Today, Americans are facing a workforce that's being rewritten. Automation, AI, corporate downsizing, and economic pressure are quietly reshaping what job security even means. Some jobs you never thought would disappear are quietly dying right now. Retail cashiers, fast food workers, even factory line employees' positions that supported millions of families are under threat. And the next recession, it's not just coming, it's going to hit these jobs first. So, which 10 jobs are teetering on the edge of extinction? And more importantly, could one of them be yours? By the end of this video, you'll see the harsh reality of America's changing workforce and why the next few years might be the hardest for workers in decades. Some of these jobs you never thought would disappear are quietly dying right now, and it might hit your paycheck sooner than you think. Number 10. Retail cashiers. Retail cashiers were once the backbone of America's shopping experience. From the local grocery store to the massive department store, cashiers were the human face of commerce. But today, this role is disappearing at an alarming rate. Self-checkout machines, automated registers, and mobile payment systems have made standing in line increasingly obsolete. Shoppers don't need a cashier anymore. They scan, pay, and leave. The numbers tell a grim story. The Bureau of Labor Statistics predicts cashier employment will drop by over 10% in the next decade. Thousands of stores, from grocery chains to big box retailers, are reducing staff to cut costs. The impact isn't just numbers, it's emotional. Families relied on these jobs as entry-level positions, first paychecks, and sometimes full-time careers. Now those opportunities are disappearing. Number 9. Fast food workers. Flipping burgers and manning the drive-thru might seem like a permanent fixture in American life, but fast food jobs are facing an existential threat. Automation is everywhere. Kiosks are replacing cashiers, robotic fryers are handling fries, and delivery apps dominate the market. The pandemic accelerated these trends, forcing restaurants to streamline and reduce labor costs. Statistics show a decline in fast food employment growth, with many locations experimenting with automation to maintain profit margins. In younger generations, many are skipping these entry-level jobs entirely, opting for gig work or online opportunities. This leaves fast food chains with fewer workers, higher turnover, and a shrinking human touch, the very thing that made them iconic. Even flipping burgers might not be your job. In a few years, the golden arches are slowly becoming robotic arches. Number 8. Bank tellers. Bank tellers were once the trusted face of finance. People went in for deposits, withdrawals, and advice interactions that built community trust. But digital banking, mobile apps, and online transfers have made bank branches less necessary than ever. Large banks are closing hundreds of branches across the U.S., and employment in this sector has been steadily declining for years. The BLS projects a significant drop in bank teller positions over the next decade. Machines now handle what humans once did. ATMs, mobile check deposits, and automated customer support are replacing personal interactions. Beyond the numbers, the human impact is stark. Entry-level opportunities for students and first-time workers are disappearing. Careers that once provided stability and benefits are vanishing. Number 7. Travel agents. Remember the days when booking a vacation meant calling a travel agent, carefully planning your itinerary, and getting advice from a real person? That era is disappearing. Online booking platforms, apps, and airline websites allow travelers to plan trips without anyone's help. Travel agents once thrived on commissions and personalized services, but digital tools have cut them out of the loop entirely. Data shows that employment for travel agents has dropped by over 30% in the past decade, and the trend isn't slowing. Even luxury travel is moving online with automated planning and AI suggestions. The emotional impact is profound. Jobs that offered creativity, problem-solving, and human connection are vanishing. For many older agents, decades of experience feel underappreciated in a world dominated by algorithms. The person who once planned your dream vacation? They're disappearing, replaced by apps and AI that never take a day off. Number 6. Postal workers. Once seen as the reliable backbone of communication, postal workers are facing a slow but steady decline in opportunities. The rise of email, messaging apps, and automated billing has drastically reduced the demand for traditional mail services. Package deliveries have grown, yes, but much of this is being outsourced to private couriers like FedEx, UPS, and Amazon's logistics arm, shrinking the need for full-service postal employees. The U.S. Postal Service itself has struggled with budget constraints, automation, and declining first-class mail volume, which has historically been the lifeline of local branches. Postal workers who once delivered letters, offered customer services, and connected communities are now seeing fewer hours and increasing workloads. The human connection, conversations with neighbors, the familiarity of a local post office is fading. The friendly postal worker you wave to on your street? That role is disappearing faster than a first-class letter in the digital age. Beyond job numbers, the emotional toll is significant. Many postal workers viewed their positions as stable, multi-generational careers with pensions. Now entry-level opportunities for young workers are shrinking, creating a void for a profession that once felt secure and respected. Communities that relied on these workers for more than just mail guidance, connection, and stability are feeling the absence. 5. Taxi drivers. For decades, taxi drivers were the unsung navigators of city life. They knew the streets, offered conversation, and helped millions reach work, airports, or social events. But the introduction of rideshare apps like Uber and Lyft changed the game entirely. The model shifted from full-time professional drivers to gig-based, on-demand work. While flexibility exists, traditional taxi drivers face declining earnings, rising vehicle maintenance costs, and fierce competition. The job is no longer what it once was. Drivers earn less, work longer hours, and face unpredictable income streams. Cities are saturated with app drivers, lowering per-trip rates, while traditional taxis struggle to survive. Insurance, fuel costs, and maintenance expenses further squeeze profits, turning a once-respected career into a high-risk gig. The yellow cabs that once dominated American streets, they're fading, and the gig economy isn't giving drivers the safety net they once had. It's also an emotional shift. Many taxi drivers relied on their work for multi-generational family support. The shift to a digital app-driven system removes stability, social recognition, and community connections. For urban residents, it changes the way we interact with people who were once a trusted part of daily life. Number 4, print journalists and newspaper reporters. Print journalism, once considered the watchdog of democracy, is collapsing. Daily newspapers, local reporting, and investigative journalism are shrinking due to digital media, social platforms, and declining ad revenue. Careers that promised influence, public respect, and stable wages are now uncertain. Many newspapers have closed, consolidated, or transitioned to online-only models, often cutting staff. Reporters now face lower pay, precarious contracts, and freelance-only positions. The depth of reporting has suffered. Long-form investigative pieces are replaced by quick digital articles designed for clicks. Local news coverage, historically vital for communities, is dwindling, leaving millions of Americans in news deserts with little access to reliable information. The collapse impacts both the workers and the public. Careers built over decades are being lost, and communities lose a voice that once held institutions accountable. Journalism isn't just a job, it's civic engagement. With fewer reporters on the ground, stories that matter might never be told, and entire communities can be left in the dark. Number 3, manufacturing line workers. Manufacturing jobs, which powered the American middle class for decades, are disappearing due to automation, AI, outsourcing, and robotics. Assembly lines that once employed thousands now operate with minimal human intervention. Robots assemble, weld, and package at speeds humans can't match, reducing the need for manual labor. Factories are downsizing or relocating overseas to cut costs, leaving communities that relied on these jobs struggling to survive. The social impact is massive. Generations of families relied on factory work to provide stable income, health benefits, and pensions. As positions vanish, unemployment rises in industrial towns, driving economic instability and social stress. Remaining positions demand high-tech skills that many current workers lack, creating a growing skills gap. Even for those still employed, the pressure is intense. Production targets are higher, shifts are longer, and the personal pride in craftsmanship is fading. This isn't just an economic shift, it's cultural. Entire towns that revolved around manufacturing are feeling abandoned, with local businesses, schools, and communities impacted by the loss of stable industrial jobs. Number 2, warehouse laborers. Warehouse jobs exploded in the last decade thanks to the e-commerce boom. Companies like Amazon and FedEx became the lifeline of fast delivery, employing thousands of laborers to pick, pack, and ship products. But that demand is shifting. Automation and robotics are increasingly handling tasks that once required human hands. Conveyor belts, robotic arms, and AI inventory systems allow warehouses to run faster, cheaper, and with fewer workers. The rise of automation has a human cost. Laborers who once relied on these positions for steady income now face uncertainty. Turnover rates are already high in warehouses due to demanding conditions, and the jobs that remain are increasingly technical, requiring skills most entry-level workers don't have. Safety concerns also loom. Faster automated systems and fewer staff can create more accidents, making the workplace less appealing. Warehouse labor has become more than just physically demanding. It's a reminder of how technology reshapes opportunity. Communities reliant on warehouse jobs now face wage stagnation and job scarcity. Even during holiday surges, temporary workers are often short-term and poorly compensated. Without reskilling, many Americans could be left behind as these positions continue to vanish. Next time you order online, remember, the human hands that once packed your parcel are disappearing fast. Number 1, call center agents. Call center workers used to be the backbone of customer service in America. Every bank, airline, insurance company, tech brand, retailer, every major business relied on huge call centers filled with real people, all answering phones, solving problems. That world is completely collapsing, and it's happening at a speed nobody predicted. The hard truth is simple. AI wiped out this job faster than any other. Not over decades, not gradually, almost overnight. Companies realized they could replace an entire building full of workers with a single AI system that never sleeps, never takes breaks, never asks for higher pay, never quits, and handles thousands of calls at once. Even worse for workers, AI doesn't get stressed, doesn't mishear customers, doesn't lose documents, and doesn't argue. It's brutally efficient, and executives love that. And customers? Whether they like it or not, they don't get a choice anymore. You've probably noticed it yourself. Every support line now forces you into automated menus, AI chatbots, voice assistants, and endless robotic interactions. Think about what that means. Huge call centers that once held 400 to 800 employees now barely need 30. Some need none at all. This is why thousands of call center jobs have already vanished in banking, telecom, retail, tech support, and insurance. Even big companies like AT&T, Verizon, American Airlines, and Wells Fargo have publicly said they're reducing call center staffing because AI is cheaper and more consistent. Call center agents are stuck in a losing battle, and some know it. They spend every shift listening to customers complain about the very automation that is replacing them. It's a tough, low-paying, mentally exhausting job, and now it's disappearing faster than almost anything else in the American workforce. This is why call center agents deserve the #1 spot on this list. They're not losing jobs because they did something wrong. They're losing jobs because the entire world of customer service changed and AI made them unnecessary. Executives call it progress. Workers call it the end of an era. As many are losing jobs, but this change also brings some jobs as well. Let's discuss about jobs that are growing because of automation. Automation isn't just killing jobs, it's also creating new ones that didn't exist a decade ago. And if people don't pay attention, they'll miss the only areas where demand is actually rising. These aren't glamorous roles, but they're becoming essential because machines can't run themselves. Someone still has to build, monitor, repair, and refine all this technology. 1. Robotics maintenance technicians. For every robot that replaces 10 human workers, there must be at least one specialist who keeps that robot alive. Companies are quietly hiring thousands of technicians who can troubleshoot motors, sensors, and software issues. Robots break down, they malfunction, they need calibration, and not many people know how to fix them. That's why this job is exploding across warehouses, manufacturing plants, and logistics centers. 2. AI system operators and supervisors. Automation isn't set it and forget it. AI systems need constant monitoring to prevent errors, bottlenecks, and data issues. You still need a human who understands the system well enough to step in when something starts behaving unpredictably. These operators don't need to be programmers. They just need enough technical literacy to supervise automated workflows and correct problems in real time. 3. Automation workflow managers. This is a new role growing inside big companies. Once automation takes over entry-level physical labor, someone has to manage the entire automated process, from the robots on the floor to the software controlling inventory. Companies are paying good money for people who can optimize systems, spot inefficiencies, and keep everything running smoothly. It's basically the next generation of operations management. 4. Data labeling and training specialists. AI models rely on clean, high-quality data. That means companies need people to categorize images, review outputs, correct mistakes, and feed structured information into training models. This is grunt work, but it's becoming a massive global industry because AI cannot improve on its own. Someone has to teach it. Automation is crushing low-skilled manual jobs, but it's also creating opportunities for workers who are willing to adapt. The problem is simple. Most people don't want to learn anything new, and those who refuse to upgrade will get left behind. But the ones who are flexible, they'll find more opportunities than ever before. So what is the future of work? What Americans need to know? As we look at the jobs disappearing across America, it's not just about the factory line or warehouse floors. The truth is bigger, and it affects every one of us. Automation, AI, and software aren't just tools anymore. They're taking over roles that humans once relied on for a paycheck. And while robots might speed up production or reduce costs for companies, they don't pay taxes, buy homes, or support local businesses. That's a ripple effect most people don't see until it hits their town. Meanwhile, the gig economy is booming. People are trading traditional employment for freelance or contract work, driving, delivering, coding, or selling online. But here's the catch. Gig work doesn't come with benefits, retirement plans, or job security. One missed week of work, one medical emergency, and suddenly you're in trouble. That's why even as work shifts, Americans are feeling more anxious than ever about their futures. So what can workers do? Upskilling and reskilling are becoming essential. Learning new skills, coding, AI management, digital marketing, or technical trades can be the difference between a career that survives and one that disappears. Statistics show that industries like healthcare tech, renewable energy, and software development are growing rapidly, while manufacturing and low-skill retail continue to shrink. The choice isn't optional anymore. Adaptation is survival. But this isn't just numbers and charts. It's personal. Losing a job affects families, mental health, and entire communities. Towns once built around factories or warehouses are now facing population decline, empty storefronts, and a sense of hopelessness. America is at a crossroads. The choices we make today, whether to learn, adapt, or innovate, will shape not just our careers, but our communities and the very future of work itself. The American job market is changing faster than many realize. From postal workers to fast food employees, once stable roles are vanishing under automation, corporate consolidation, and changing consumer habits. Every lost position is more than a paycheck. It's a diminished pathway for independence, community, and opportunity. Which of these disappearing jobs impacts your life the most? Could your first job be gone before you even start? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Share your story or which job you think will survive. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Living Wise Global, your window into America's changing story.